Hey guys, so for EDS Awareness Month, it is the last day unfortunately, but I wanted to talk about what I use for school, how I get through high school with EDS, and how I get around school. I'm going to do a more detailed video on 504 things because none of them are all EDS centric, but most of these things that I use are for EDS, and I hope you enjoy. So I want to talk about how I go through high school. I have two tutors that I see. I see one every single morning. The second one I see when I don't have these two classes that I go to chorus and English class. It's almost the end of the year. I do some online stuff. For chemistry, I have to make up stuff from last year that I missed while I was in the hospital. I made up most of it, and I may be doing an online like Rosetta Stone. I also have a second tutor that I see for other stuff. I had finished my computer class and all of that. So I do have those two tutors. They help me with my work and just also allotting time to working, basically. So I stay until 12:15. I get there at 8, so it's about 4 hours. My hair's a little bit long. You have to get it cut, but it keeps doing that. But yeah, that helps a lot. One thing I want to talk about that I use that you obviously can see is braces. I brace when I go to school. So this is for my thumb, because when I write, this is my right hand and I'm a righty. It can pop out. I wear my wrist brace. This is wrist, like this is plastic right here. Like, I don't know if you can hear that, it's very soft. But I need to use that. This also provides wrist support. Picking up things like Chromebooks, it's like a mini laptop. I don't have enough like strength for that. I also use a Rolly backpack. You can maybe hear that. I just picked it up a little bit and that was not smart. There we go. So I use that because I cannot carry a backpack or I will dislocate my shoulder like I did. Because I didn't think, but I will put in a video of me using. So this is my backpack. It's pretty big. It actually has a lot of pockets. And so you just use it like that. It's very like light on the shoulder. I actually went to physical therapy and used this and practiced walking around with it the correct way. It's actually very helpful. It also does have straps right here, but I keep them tucked in. And then, yeah. I also had said I use a hip brace. I also forgot to mention I use a heating pad for school. So I use this, but my hip brace is right here. That's my skin. But this is my hip brace. It comes around here. I use it on this hip because this is my bad hip. It latches like here, and then behind my leg it latches. You can sort of see this right here. It's hard to see. This is the darker part, but it's very helpful. I will also link this down below. I have a cane. This pretty little baby I decorated, and we'll get more stickers when I go to Disney World. So yeah, I use this only at school when I have bad dislocations. I personally don't use it all the time. It's very hard to navigate with, and my backpack in my school hallways with people, and right now there is an art stuff all up, so like I don't have that much room. But I usually use this for longer distances, so going out somewhere, weekends, malls, that kind of thing. So yeah, but this is really helpful for me. I have it on me and it's collapsible, so I just go like this, and like this, and like that, and it closes. To put it together, you just, and it's not gonna fall off on you. So you collapse it, and it has its own bag right here, so I put it in my bag, and I keep this little cane in my backpack, so if I ever needed it, I could just stop and use it. I also have this elevator key, because I cannot walk upstairs. Obviously with a Rolly backpack, you can't get up the stairs, but I dislocate when I go upstairs, so I only do it when I go to bed. I only come down the stairs when I wake up in the morning. I try to avoid stairs as much as I can, except for getting out of my house is another thing, but those are very tiny. So this is my elevator key. I use it. It's very helpful because I wouldn't be able to go to class otherwise. So my fingers dislocate very often. I put these in here just because they're easier, but they're usually in the other bag I'm going to show you. I use these to brace my fingers because I don't have finger splints right now. So basically what I do is, you know, my fingers are gonna hyperextend. So I wrap them around there and it helps them from hyperextending when I have to write. I use this pencil. It looks like this. I will put a link down below, like where we got them. We got them off of Amazon. They're not that expensive. I got 3. It basically took me all year to just use this one. So it has a lot of lead in it. It's not like you're getting all these pencils. It's gonna go run out. No way to refill them, I don't believe. So I think I got like 3 in a pack. It's gonna last you a long time. So yeah, this helps. You just put your finger there. It does hyperextend a tiny bit, but barely compared to the writing with another thing. This one's gonna hyperextend more as well, but this is a triangle pencil. Don't know if you really can see that. And it has an eraser because the other one doesn't have an eraser. So I use those. I really don't use anything else. I do have more stuff in here, like erasers and stuff. Highlighters, stuff I used to use and just never cleaned out, but those are the things I use. Oh, and the pencil also comes in a pen form. For those of you who like pen better, a little bit more fluid, it clicks like this and it is released with this button. So I use those because I cannot write otherwise, except for tip, SATs, brace your fingers. I took SATs this year. I am a junior, and you have to have a number 2 pencil and it cannot be mechanical. I came there thinking I can use my triangle one at least, because I didn't know if the twisty one is number 2 pencil. I can't tell you that, but the triangle ones are. But if you're not allowed to use a mechanical pencil, you have to use a normal one, and that can be really difficult. So brace fingers, Band-Aids, they're cheap. I use hypoallergenic Band-Aids because I react to some of like the adhesive sometimes. So that is very important. And so here I'm going to only show one side of this because part of it has my parents' phone numbers, but it's basically just a card. The front has some other other conditions, but it basically says like, here are my conditions. I have random allergic reactions, conversion disorder, non-epileptic seizures, irritable bowel syndrome, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, and like amps and all that kind of stuff. So that's very helpful, but I don't want to show my parents' phone numbers on YouTube. This is a squishy. I need it to use for stress relief, sometimes with my fingers. It's very, very light. I got this in a huge pack off of Amazon, which I also will link below. It has a bit of a smell to it, but not bad. Never reacted to it, so it's very soft, squishy. Also helps with my anxiety. I have some few things in here that might, like other things that help me, but I usually have my Band-Aids in here. There's not really much else, but I thought it was so cute. I'll also put this on there because it's a red bubble, and it basically just says everything hurts, has a cane, some like wires, and like a heating pad, a ribbon, I said cane, blah, all that kind of stuff, but it's really cute. I love it. Yeah, and it has a spoon at the top, which I thought was cute, but I just thought it was so adorable. So I use those things to get through school. I think I mentioned I use a hip brace. I use a hip brace. I always wear sneakers, always, constantly, because I need that support. So yeah, I use a lot of that kind of stuff. And basically accommodating for what I need with my tutors, softer chairs. If you have harder chairs, bring your own back pillows. My pillows are at school right now. I have to bring them home before the end of the year, but that will not be before this video is up. But basically I have a lumbar support pillow. So because my back, like, it curves out and it goes this. So I have lordosis, kyphosis, and my neck is very unstable and constantly is like laying like that. So for my lower back, I need that to help me keep myself upright because my abdominal muscles aren't strong enough to keep me up. And eventually my body gives out. I also have one as a cushion because my hips dislocate a lot, or at least partly subluxed, or I have little subluxations. Anyways, the bones have a really painful to just sit on a hard chair, so that like cushion, it helps. So those are things that I use, like, but other things I use to get me through the day. I also have my mask, so put it on. It has a wire. This is a Vog mask. I got it off Amazon. Well, I didn't get it, my friend got it for me. But you can get them off Amazon. I'm gonna get more. This one has waves on it, a filter, because I have many random allergic reactions. I do want to say, most people are just curious and ask me, like, what happened to you, braces? What, like, why are you wearing this? What happened with your cane? I've had a few people make fun of me, but honestly, people are more curious than anything. So I hope that helps you if you're nervous about wearing these things to school. And honestly, the people who are making fun of you are making fun of you for using something that you know is helpful for you. So that's just really rude and really mean, and as much as it hurts, you need to do what's best for you. At the nurse's office, I have my medicine. I have Benadryl for allergic reactions when I need it, and Levasin for stomach and abdominal cramping. And I also have Advil, but I try not to take Advil as much because I've had gastritis in the past. I do take Protonics to barrier my stomach. I'm sorry, Penny's whining a little bit, and there's some birds. But I also have a smart water I bring to school with me, but the first thing I drink when I get to school is my Gatorade. This helps me with my POTS. I obviously am allowed to sit whenever I need to. My teachers are aware of my conditions. I actually sat down with my tutor the first day. I made a list on my phone, and I explained every single symptom and how to deal with these things, and that they're not scary, or what to do, and what's the protocol, and all those kind of things. It made me feel so much more comfortable. And honestly, teachers, at least in my school, I have a very privileged and great experience with my school. They're so good with me. They're so helpful. So I know I come from a place of privilege, but I will be making a video on how to really explain these things, how to get through school, who to contact when you need help, when they are denying you, what you need. So I will do that in the future, because I have had to work with social workers in the past, because I just didn't know my rights when I was in the hospital and stuff like that. But I use those things. I can't really think of much more things I specifically have. I have friends that know my medical conditions. I have them, I ask for them to be in my classes, so that I'm comfortable with them. I can work with them. God forbid something happened, they know what to do. I ask if I can sit near them, etc. All these things. I constantly have teachers, checking, making sure I'm okay. What's the workload? I do have some work that I'm exempt from. If I'm not in the classroom, I can't really learn to group projects. So things can be modified, or they can be exempt from. But for the most part, I try and keep up with all the normal work that everyone else has, because I just want the same education, even if I have to go about it a different way. And I think that's something that a lot of us don't understand, or maybe our families don't understand, or don't want to admit to, of oh, I want a tutor, because I used to be big honor student, oh no, all that kind of stuff. But honestly, whatever you need to do for your health is what's most important. Everyone always goes school comes first with all when you're healthy, and then you get sick and it becomes a lot harder. And so even just going for less time, having a tutor, being in a comfortable environment helps you normalize and build back up your endurance, because that's the best thing. And I think also trying maybe to go to one class, it can be an easy class. I started out with chorus, so you just go to a normal class, and you get to, enjoy it, you get to make friends, or you see your normal friends, and it just makes you feel like a teenager again, which is not the most common thing that you feel when you're sick and you see your doctors more than your friends. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Happy EDS Awareness Month. I'm so thankful for every one of you. It just makes me so happy when I get nice messages online and on my Instagram, and just even just comments on here. It makes me feel so happy, and I will always continue to raise awareness. It's going to be summer, so I will be vlogging and stuff, but I love you all. Stay strong. Bye.